Right, great now. Okay, let's make a start. Thanks for you all for coming. We're pleased with the attendance, I think. Wait a minute, I need to get the right page. That one. Right. It's without doubt the strangest year, remembering that in the middle of the year I'm reporting on, the UK seemed more concerned with stocking up with toilet rolls than anything else. that we managed only a few events to actually attend. As for myself, the girls have kept me busy with what chairing the steering group, the CIO meetings, application for members, website program, advising members about which site they should consider, marketing meetings, seminar meetings, dealing with the cancellation of events, keeping an eye on our storage facility, of course, committee meetings, and in the lull in between, adding about 330 families to my study. I've lost count of how many mergers and additional events and sorts I've added. My garden has been badly neglected. I keep up the excuse I'm returning to nature. I should mention the long phone conversation I've had with my vice chairman, Julie, which never lasts less than an hour. Many ideas come from them on how we can maybe improve what we do. It is not always too one-sided. So let's look at the agenda. And that's it in a nutshell. I'd like to look at this list of apologies for absence. Ian Swinnerton is now in his 90s, or his 90th birthday tomorrow, I think, and is expecting family tonight, so it gives his apologies. And also so do the rest. Now, we've all had a chance to look at the minutes of the previous meeting, so we need a seconder. And I hope somebody else can see the screen because I can't. We need somebody to put the hand.
I can second, Paul.
Okay, that's two.
Sorry, who was it? Have we got a proposer?
Somebody said yes.
I thought the chairman was proposing. No?
I can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, those were the votes. As you can see, the lot more than last year, nearly double. Okay. So you've got everything recorded, Stephen. I can mute on.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Any matters arising? I hear none. Moving on. Right, these are the people we've lost this year. And I'll mention more about this later on, but I'd like at least to observe a minute where we think about what we've lost. Thank you for that. Right, this is those lucky enough to be elected to be on the committee this year. We had insufficient nominations to hold an election. If you're interested in perhaps joining the committee in the future and becoming a trustee, there is a set of pages on the website providing some information. Otherwise, please contact any committee member or myself for further information. We have a meeting tomorrow to appoint the officers for the 21-22 term, and I want to thank Sue Thornton-Grams for her service for the last 2 years. She will remain as chairman of the seminars subcommittee. Right. Activities of the guild committee, and that was on the website. And the examiner's report and the guild accounts. So this is what we took in, what we spent, what the difference is. And as you see, we've got a huge surplus because we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Got to start
Much
spending.
like,
Paul. Got to start
uh,
spending.
No, we have. Gifted increased by just over 20% to a total of £8,464.
Pardon, Tracy?
She said. Income includes the following restricted funds.
that was Paul. There was an increase in gift aid,
Wasn't there? Oh, well.
but your slide hasn't moved on.
Yeah, okay. There we go. I hope you all understand the squiggly lines.
As you're joined from a bit, because as you see, expenditure is nearing up what we had budgeted. As you can see, the 2 lines. So expenditure was pretty much spot on what we said it would be. It's just, there have been other savings and
Yeah, like there's no committee travelling expenses, no committee booking of rooms in London, which is a big expense. So we've saved that way. So this is what we've sold. Big drop, big drop.
yeah.
Buy some more
The
DNA
sales-
kits.
The sale of things like where the custodian that we've got on the website, that's been going. I think it's because people have been doing more in lockdown, so that has sort of picked up a bit, but generally sales are down.
So general reserves. So as the reserves have increased to a level well above the reserve policy, we are making plans to invest these excess funds back into the services that the guild provides, including but not limited to a new marketing materials and improved online meeting capabilities.
Of which this Zoom account is one.
Yeah. If you've got any questions, please post them on the chat section. So now comes the vote. Those in favour 236, those against 0, and 5 abstentions. And the figures in brackets are last year's figures, by the way.
That's a
So,
big
proposer,
Yeah, I'll propose Peter Hager.
and the seconder,
And I'll second
who was that?
Howard Benbrook.
Okay, thank you, Howard. Got that, Stephen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Again, the appointment of independent examiners. Again, figures in brackets last year. Proposer,
I'll
Happy to,
propo-
Mr. Chairman. This is Paul.
Mr. Howard, yeah. And the
Yeah.
seconder,
Yeah, I'll second Peter Copsey.
okay.
Yeah.
Got that, Stephen?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Dear Alan. Wants to be returning officer again. All those in favour? 237, 1 against, and 3 abstentions. Can I have a proposer again?
I'll propose that.
One at a time.
Who's that one person?
I'll propose Hilary Gadsby.
Okay, and the second,
Yeah, okay, Peter Hager.
okay. Got that, Pete? Stephen?
Thank you.
Maybe too many Peters here.
And I'm not one of them.
Okay. Election of Ian Swinnerton as president. Again, 237 in favour. Those against, 1, 3 abstentions. Can I have a proposer?
I'll propose Pat
And
Adams.
I would like to second.
And who would like second?
Howard.
Howard.
Again, you must give your names. You haven't, there's 100 and odd people. You got that?
Yeah, so the proposer was Pat Adamson and seconder was Howard Benbrook. Is that correct?
Yep.
Correct for me.
Thank you.
Okay, next one. Vice Presidents. You can't vote for yourself, Howard. Proposer, please.
Oh,
I'm happy to propose Peter Copsey.
Okay, and the seconder, Chris Gray.
Seconded, Andrew Millard.
Okay. Got all that, Stephen?
I have, thank you.
Right, okay, next slide. The Guild remains managed by the committee, who are the trustees and who are responsible for us as a charity. We have around 100 active members who are supporting the Guild and donating their time to help us run a splendid organisation. The committee cannot do it all, and we have members around the globe undertaking various roles. The recording of the seminars and conferences continues to be undertaken by Bob's Comerbatch, which we haven't had many of, and does all the recording, editing and uploading to the website when available, so members everywhere can view material. We continue to produce a journal 4 times a year, and I'd like to thank the editor for all the work he does. And we have an increasing number of members opting not to receive a postal journal, but to download a copy. In fact, all the journals and newsletters, right back to the first one published, can be found on the website, available to all, including the public, apart from the last 3 years published. Our registrar, no, that's last year's, didn't take that out. We still had issues with renewal.
Paul, can I
Yeah, go on.
comment on the last slide, please?
Go
Peter
on.
Copsey. There was one more team that ought to be acknowledged. That is the librarian team, or library
Nope.
team.
Just let me carry on, Peter. You'll get acknowledgement.
Thank you.
We still had issues with renewals and members lapsing last year. We lapsed about 200 members again. And in some cases, their studies were deregistered. Renewals are due on the 1st of November, and it takes volunteer time to chase people for their membership. And I'm sure the renewals volunteer will back me up on that. We did.
It was a lot easier this year, though.
We did. It's interesting where people joined from. We placed an ad in the Family Tree magazine, Easing, which goes up 26,000 recipients every time they are sent out. That might account for the slight increase in the magazine joiners. So, communicating between members, we've got the journal, the website, the web forum. And I think the main benefit, as you only have to look at the mailing list this year to see how much people have helped other members, and it's the same on Facebook too. I was asked last year what our main communication channel is. I couldn't give an answer because we give members a choice. And I would like to think the drivel I produce in my newsletters is widely read, but some members have opted out, so we can't please everyone all the time. Can I take this opportunity to thank all those members who gave a considerable amount of their free time to keep all these methods in operation? Websites and more progress. We have seen more progress in the websites under the leadership of Chris Greer, webmaster in the last year. Kevin Cole has continued to look up after our mailing email servers. The treasurer, the registrar, and Kim Baldacchino have installed a new payment scheme that automates our renewal and sign-up pages to enable us to send out invoices when it comes to renewal time. You have more material on the website, seminars uploaded by Bob Cumberbatch, our production manager. Melody, with a marketing hat on, has changed the look of our homepage to good effect. We are planning to produce some novices pages in the coming months because a lot of new people just can't seem to find their way around our website, and I can't blame them because it is rather large. We are very lucky indeed to have such knowledgeable people within our membership, all prepared to assist in running the guild, educating members and the public. A big thank you to all our volunteers. So preservation, which we've sort of pushed a bit in the last year or two. So we've got 5 options to preserve the work. There are 345 sites up and running in the members website program, with still a lot under construction. And you might have all noticed we've had problems with getting an upgrade to our servers. Only finished last night, late last night. We should get much better sprightly response when working on their sites. We have the wonderful feature of being able to upload JEDCOMs to Family Search, where they can be preserved and only the guild member concerned can alter the file. Just for that list of the people we've lost this year, shows how we fail to preserve studies. For instance, 2 studies are preserved presently, Gocha and Pluck. 2 studies are likely to be preserved, Tamplin and Lyford. 1 study may be preserved, Meaden. 4 studies continue or likely to continue, so no preservation suitable for Yale, Recknell, Blencarn and Hull. 11 studies are not yet preserved, so about half the members we lost the studies as well, which it might, when you think we've had over 8,000 members over the years, we've got a fraction preserved. So please do not allow your hard work and study to disappear, and I would urge all members to make use of various preservation options. In fact, you can use them all if you wish. Speak to the various people involved if you are interested in using any of the preservation methods. Please contact Peter Copsey of the library, myself, Chris Greer, Jim Benedict for the members website project, Marie Byatt for the family research project to see what the project has in the pipeline. Our thanks should go to the library team of Peter Copsey, Anne Shanklin, Roy Raymond, the MWP team of Chris Greer, Jim Benedict, Jim Colbert, Bob Cumberbatch, Marie Byatt, Sue Horseman, not only for setting up the sites, but the help they give to members. The blog pilot to John Lyle, John Casborn, Ray Warburton, with help from Chris Greer and Melody, and now a recent volunteer, Chris Bromfield. Seminars. We've had real fun this year, haven't we, Sue? We managed to get one in February before the pandemic struck last year. and all the rest have been either moved or changed into webinars. The next one due is the 12th of May 2021, which is not that far away. I think we all miss chatting to other members face to face. We've got another one planned for October where it will be face to face. It is totally up to you if you want to book. So thanks go to those who organised behind the scenes: Alison Bolton, Alan Mulhouse, led by Sue Thornton Graham, with the minutes by Denise Bright, and some new additions, Cheryl Honeysett and Brian Audley, and of course recordings by Bob Cumberbatch. Last year we managed one in the UK, that was Bristol, where I went all the way down, and we had quite a successful event. It was much better than I expected, to be honest. There was a lot more visitors. Australia suffered from firestorms and then COVID, so nothing happened. The USA and Canada, we had one in Illinois, one in Louisville, Kentucky, but it was changed at the last minute to an online event. So that's what we did this year. We need, by the way, to organise a regional reps meeting, because that would normally happen at our conference. And of course, we haven't got a conference this year again. So we're going to organise a Zoom meeting. Now, I've got to tell you that we've spent some money buying 10 Zoom licenses to spread around the different countries, and they will be organised. And we want a booking system, which Chris was looking for on the web. I haven't heard anything, so but we might have to, for the moment, you might have to book through your national rep, but those will be oncoming once we've had the regional reps meeting. Education. Although recruiting this year has proved quite difficult, with the lockdowns imposed and the overall membership continues to fall. From the peak we achieved a few years ago, 3,000, our big draw comes from members of the public doing the Google search for our surnames. You will find that profile pages work the best. If you have a website, the more links you can get a link to your website, the more it is indexed. So the obvious phrases to do that are Cindy's lists, posts to social media, using Twitter or your blog posts. So what's new and what's forthcoming? We continue to have a members handbook now online, Barrow's courses, and those are the 3. Region reps producing newsletters, regional meetings now mainly online. 7 pillars, we're doing a rewrite, and that should be ready by the end of the year with a bit of luck. We've got a blog sites now in the pilot stage, so there's an application form or a process on the website. Zoom meeting software continents, again, middle of the year. Say that again. No. Online seminars, and later this year, face-to-face, and maybe some beginners or novice pages sometime this year. Despite the problems with the virus that genealogists have experienced, the Guild has remained very consistent with one thing: members welcoming and assisting others. I've certainly noticed more activity on the mailing list than on Facebook this year. A big thank you to everyone who volunteers their time to help, and a special thanks to those stepping down this year. If you can spare some time, even if it's just sending obituaries to fellow members, pictures of headstones, update the wiki, write the journal, or undertake a marriage challenge, when we could get back into record offices. To the volunteers who helped us, a big thank you, because without you, they would not be we would not be the successful organizations we are. We do not always get it right, but we listen when we can, or if we hear, and we try to correct any errors. We actively promote the efforts of members helping other members and spreading the word of the fascinations of a one-name study. And if you want to volunteer, please get hold of Cheryl. Right, Master Craftsman of the Guild, we had some nominations, but the panel judging thought, well, they met and said, no awards this year. So, Guild Award of Excellence winners. There's the list. Thanks always to the judging panel of Marilyn Aston, Julie Goucher, Mike Kipling, Richard Plant, Wayne Shepherd. Those who have an entry do, of course, not get to judge their own entry. Certificates this year will be posted out. Right, these are the people who took the advanced one-name study course with Pharos, and those were awarded grades of 80% or above, or if on Masters, John Ferd, Joy Thomas, Rosemary Booth, and Elizabeth Boucher. So well done them. And by the way, marks were awarded about the tutor, our own Julie Goucher. Right, let's hope this happens next year.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Okay, and
Third time lucky.
any other business? Can't believe this.
Right, are you asking for points to be raised now, or?
Yeah, use the chat box if you can.
Well,
Then Stephen
Oh.
can. Yeah, go on then.
Could you say something about the progress on the Constitution, please?
We, the steering group, well, the review team did up to draft E. We then decided that we should consult with a company called Wise Owl, which their staff are ex-members of the Charity Commission. They today sent a draft version or another draft version they've played with, and we as yet that came in about 6:30 to 9, I think, something like that. So we haven't had a chance to look at it, but we should be having another meeting shortly. We hope to do that before the AGM, or to put it before the members before the AGM, but that just didn't happen.
I think you need to clarify, Paul, this is a constitution that suits us being transferred to a CIO, a charitable
Oh yeah,
incorporated organisation.
you hope they all know that.
Yeah, which is progressing.
Yeah. Okay.
Overdue.
You wouldn't believe the number. You wouldn't believe the number of spreadsheets I've looked at this year with comments and replies to comments about what we.
Gordon, does that answer your question?
Well, no, I haven't quite gathered why it's so difficult, but I probably now is not the time.
Well, I think if I just said, Gordon, that the reason it is difficult is because a CIO is a totally different body to an unincorporated charity. It is really building in much of what a limited company charity would have, but it has the advantages that you do not have to make a return to Companies House like a charity that is a registered company as well. You only make returns to the Charity Commission. The Charity Commission have produced a model constitution for the type of charity we are. That's an association where we have voting members, and the model doesn't really totally fit our requirements. And so a lot of the dialogue is really how much can we deviate from the model? And we won't really know the final answer until we make the submission to the charity. Unlike the old days, when you could talk to the Charity Commission and get advice, that's not possible. You now have to make the application and then answer their queries. So it's a bit much more drawn out than the previous methods we've been used to. And I think it's important to the Guild that we don't rush that process, that we get it right.
Yeah,
Answer your
thank you.
question. Anything else? Okay. That's it, folks. You want to chat among yourselves? You can do.
Hello,
Thank you,
Gordon.
Paul.
Hello, Gordon.
Thanks, Paul.
How are you doing, Gordon?
Teresa,
Yes.
I had a talk with a lady called Alison Uridge the other day.
Do send me the details, please.
Well, she remembered you. You've been in contact before.
I'll have to look on the on my website then.
Right. She
Thank
lives.
you, Howard.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Okay. I'm going to close the meeting
Well,
unless somebody
I'm
wants to
gonna
talk.
leave.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody. Bye.